Alexa Bliss replaces Uncle Howdy as Wyatt Sicks' leader. Omos returns. The WWE robbed Charlotte Flair. Drew McIntyre's controversy is a work. Triple H's announcement pinpoints a massive WWE flaw. Triple H called out, The Rock upset about a WrestleMania 41 leak. Let's dive right in. Omos returns? General Manager Adam Pearce is set for an incredibly busy time with tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw as the Stamford-based promotion moves forward on the road to the 2025 Elimination Chamber. The 46-year-old executive will have a challenging night at the office. To maintain control over the Red Brand show, Adam Pearce could make several announcements that could impact the weekly flagship show. With multiple matches already advertised and feuds that will evolve tonight, the show promises to be full of action. Here are 4 announcements Adam Pearce could make on tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw that could shape the future timeline on the road to WrestleMania 41. Number 1. Adam Pearce could ban 2 former world champions. Since his return to the Stamford-based promotion, CM Punk has received incredible reactions from both talents and fans every time he walks out. He too is happy to reciprocate it with similar enthusiasm. Many in the company have suggested that the Second City Saint is a completely changed man and that they enjoy working with him. However, Seth Rollins still holds much animosity towards CM Punk, and they have been embroiled in a heated feud for some time. CM Punk defeated Rollins in their singles match on January 6th during Raw's debut on Netflix. But that wasn't the end of their rivalry. Punk eliminated both Rollins and Reigns simultaneously at the 2025 Royal Rumble, though the Second City Saint himself was tossed out of the ring by Logan Paul in the process. Given their history, it's plausible that Seth Rollins and CM Punk could get into a heated brawl again, prompting GM Pearce to ban both former world champions from the show to maintain order during significant episodes of the Red Brand. Number 2. A new opponent for Braun Breaker could be announced. Current WWE Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker is enjoying a dominant reign as a title holder. This was evident at the Men's Rumble match, where Breaker overpowered most competitors. He hit mainstream headlines after delivering an incredible spear to ISHO speed and tossing him outside the ring. Breaker has not had much in terms of competition since defeating Sheamus. Adam Pearce could announce a new challenger for Breaker in the form of returning AJ Styles, who officially joined the Red Brand after his comeback at the Men's Rumble bout earlier this month. Number 3. A Giant could also re-sign with Raw alongside AJ Styles. AJ Styles is all set to return to the Red Brand as he has officially moved to Raw. The former champion made his long-awaited return to the Stamford-based promotion at the Royal Rumble Premium Live event. The Phenomenal One was sidelined for almost a year due to an injury and subsequent rehabilitation. Now the former champion is preparing for an incredible year. To support this, Adam Pearce could re-sign his former partner, Omos, the 7-foot giant, allowing both stars to start fresh on the Red Brand. Number 4. Sky may get another chance to qualify. Last week, Rhea Ripley made a significant error during an Elimination Chamber qualifying match involving Sky. The Australian inadvertently cost Sky her 2025 Elimination Chamber qualifying match against Liv Morgan. This came after Mommy hit the Miracle Kid during her match while handling both Raquel Rodriguez and Liv. This led the referee to call for the bell instantly and award a DQ victory to the Judgment Day member. Sky was left unhappy and heartbroken after missing her opportunity to compete for a world title at WrestleMania 41. Given these events, Adam Pearce may allow the Genius of the Sky another shot to qualify for the Women's Elimination Chamber by scheduling her in another match. The WWE robbed Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair won the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble match after a 14-month WWE in-ring absence. Reacting to the controversial decision, 21-time hardcore champion Stevie Richards explained why the Queen's return should have been booked differently. Flair was the 27th entrant in the 30-woman match. The polarizing star eliminated 4 competitors en route to earning a title opportunity at WrestleMania 41 on April 19th to 20th. Since the event, the 38-year-old has received mixed crowd reactions on Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. On the Stevie Richards show, Richards said fans were always going to reject Flair's babyface persona if she immediately won the Royal Rumble. He added that the 14-time champion should have targeted another title reign at the end of the year, like the retiring John Cena. I would have eased her back into the whole thing, and then you've got girls to work, Richards stated. You've got a roadmap to get you back to the title. Your whole angle is, I'm going to get back and win the world title by the end of 2025. Maybe on the same show, Cena wins the world title at the end of the year. It's a special event. I think they robbed her, and she robbed herself of being way more over than she ever was before by just inserting her into the title picture. Flair is allowed to challenge for a title of her choosing at WrestleMania 41. After winning the Royal Rumble, the WrestleMania 35 main eventer appeared on Raw to address a possible match against Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley. Later in the week, she also teased potential bouts with NXT Women's Champion Julia and WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton. On December 8, 2023, Charlotte Flair suffered a torn ACL, MCL, and meniscus against Asuka on SmackDown. WWE hyped her return with a promotional package ahead of the Royal Rumble. However, the video mostly revolved around her lavish lifestyle and title reigns, rather than her injury. Stevie Richards thinks WWE made a big mistake by not highlighting her road to recovery. Show it, and I mean show it from the very beginning. That way the people will never have her out of their minds or out of their hearts, and then somebody talks crap about her for a year until she comes back. Then you've got a girl that's over, put in her place Flair's opponent, the heel, but then continues to try to hurt Charlotte on the way, maybe, to WrestleMania or on the way to something. Drew McIntyre's controversy is a work. The WWE community has been gripped by reports of backstage issues involving a major star recently, who surprisingly is Drew McIntyre. However, Vince Russo believes that this is all a worked storyline. Drew apparently had a sketchy spot at Royal Rumble, where he was eliminated by Damian Priest. Afterward, the Scottish Warrior was reportedly seen being uncharacteristically angry backstage, seemingly complaining about how his spot did not go as planned. Speaking about the topic on Sportskeeda's The Wrestling Outlaws, Russo stated, "This is why I am not buying it, because I actually think I interviewed Drew once. I never met the dude, but I get the impression that, he is professional, he is a nice guy, he is not the squeaky wheel. You know what a squeaky wheel gets. He is not back there bitting and moaning and complaining, which is why I don't believe he was bitching and moaning and complaining after the finish. That's why I don't believe that." According to Vince Russo, the creative department of WWE has hardly done justice to Drew's talent. Speaking on Sportskeeda's YouTube channel, the former head writer stated that the only factor keeping the Scottish Warrior relevant was his own talent. He said, "I don't know how Drew McIntyre has any juice at all, thank God. If Drew McIntyre was not a great performer, he would have been future endeavored already. The only thing that keeps him relevant is his performance. They've done nothing for this guy creatively. Zero, bro. Nothing." Triple H's announcement pinpoints a massive WWE flaw. As a surprise reveal at the WWE headquarters, it was announced that Triple H will be the first member of the Hall of Fame class of 2025. This was revealed by his longtime friends and rivals, Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. While discussing the aforementioned announcement, WWE veteran Jim Cornette had some things to say about Hunter's induction. The Cerebral Assassin is one of the most accomplished WWE stars of all time, as a 14-time world champion. On his The Experience podcast, WWE veteran Jim Cornette talked about the induction of the King of Kings. "Okay, but now again, I'm not complaining about anybody being in the Hall of Fame, much less Triple H, but twice is too much. Twice for anybody is too much. They're just getting another ceremony out of it, which is the whole idea. They ain't making any more legends these days," said Cornette. The WWE CCO received best wishes from fans and wrestling stars all over the world. The King of Kings has had a legendary career, and fans are excited to see him get inducted into this year's Hall of Fame. On January 29th, 2025, at the WWE HQ, it was revealed that Triple H would be the first to be inducted into the Hall of Fame class of 2025. The game seemed very surprised by the announcement and was visibly emotional. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, shared a post on X revealing this news. "The Undertaker and I got him good on his home turf. It is an honor of a lifetime to announce that the first member of the WWE Hoff class of 2025 is none other than my friend at Triple H," wrote HBK. Fans and fellow stars are really happy with the announcement of Triple H getting inducted into the Hall of Fame separately. The ceremony will take place over WrestleMania weekend in Las Vegas, Nevada. Triple H called out. Triple H has received plenty of positive comments for how he has been booking WWE since taking over creative. However, a former WWE star was critical of how the company is portraying one of its current champions. Gunther had a memorable reign as Intercontinental Champion, holding the title for the longest time in WWE history. He then proceeded to win the World Heavyweight Championship from Damian Priest at SummerSlam. Some of the stars the Ring General has defended his title against during his reign include Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, Damian Priest, and Jey Uso. But former Hardcore Champion Stevie Richards is not a fan of how Triple H is booking the World Heavyweight Champion. They have not elevated Gunther. They haven't done anything with Gunther. Think about it. He was for a while with that IC belt really over with that. At the beginning of the world title, Reign. You hoped it would be something where he would be that champion to be on the level of the WWE one. I don't think that he is, Richards said. Stevie Richards is not against the idea of Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of Night 1 of WrestleMania 41. However, Richards prefers elevating the title's status to the same level as the WWE Championship before putting it on a main event spot. Triple H will be the headliner of the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2025. Nick Khan, Stephanie McMahon, The Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels surprised him with the announcement, but some fans are calling out the company's decision to put him in the Hall of Fame. WWE legend and current AEW announcer Jim Ross defended the game from critics, who possibly didn't see his prime during the Attitude Era. Triple H is one of the greatest heels in history. He was also in the main event picture for the majority of his career, regardless of who he was married to. He was the top heel in the hottest era, one of the hottest eras of WWE, and now he's the quarterback, the head coach of that same team that's setting records. Give me a break, Stop it. You're embarrassing yourself by showing your ignorance. Don't do that, Ross said on his Grilling JR podcast. The Rock upset about WrestleMania 41 leak. A wrestling veteran recently said that he assumed The Rock would make his return to WWE at Royal Rumble 2025. The final boss was initially rumored to have a program on the road to WrestleMania 41 before Hollywood commitments seemingly made his schedule packed. The name being discussed is Stevie Richards. After months of absence, The Rock shocked the WWE Universe when he confronted Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes at Bad Blood. Reigns and the American Nightmare teamed up in Atlanta to defeat the Bloodline. However, the angle didn't have any follow-up. On Raw's Netflix debut, the People's Champion seemingly turned face again. The WWE legend apparently buried the hatchet with Rhodes while also crowning Reigns as the undisputed tribal chief. Former WWE star Stevie Richards shared on the latest episode of his podcast that he thought Rocky would return at Royal Rumble and take Jey Uso's spot at WrestleMania to set up a match with the American Nightmare. Here's the surprise. I assumed for the men's Royal Rumble, Jey's in there at the end, he's there alone, the final boss's music hit. It's literally the final boss on the Rumble. It's the Rock and Rock goes over and you're gonna get Rock and Cody one-on-one, Richards said. While Stevie Richards had no problems with Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble, he still believed someone would take his spot at WrestleMania 41. Meanwhile, the 2025 Elimination Chamber match will determine the other star who will challenge for a world title at Mania. It will be interesting to see if the Yeet Master goes after Gunther and finishes his story, or challenges Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. After The Rock appeared at Bad Blood, there were reports that he would miss WrestleMania 41 due to his Hollywood career. Rocky went out of his way to quash the rumors, but it seems like he will not be at the biggest WWE event of the year due to reshoots of the Moana live-action film. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer thought that the final boss could show up in Las Vegas to prove a point, given how upset he was about his schedule being leaked. I bet he does the show now just because he's so mad that everyone is reporting it, Meltzer said. Alexa Bliss replaces Uncle Howdy as Wyatt Sicks leader. The Wyatt Sicks have not appeared on WWE television in 2025, even though they have moved to SmackDown. This might be due to Uncle Howdy's absence. Recent reports have stated that Bo Dallas, the man behind the mask, has been taken off the road. While the reason remains unknown, it may have stalled the Wyatts' momentum. Fortunately, though, they seem to be getting it back. The teases have begun. Ever since Alexa Bliss returned to WWE in the Women's Royal Rumble match last weekend, all signs point towards her joining the Wyatt Sicks. The goddess has hinted at it herself. While we saw multiple glitches on the screen during her Elimination Chamber qualifying match against Candice LeRae on SmackDown. After Bliss picked up the win with a modified Sister Abigail, the Wyatt Sicks X handle tweeted a message that essentially confirmed her as a part of the group. So, now that she is once again in the Wyattverse, Little Miss Bliss could look to take on a much bigger role. She could take over as their leader. This may happen in Uncle Howdy's absence, with Alexa Bliss taking control of Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis, and Nikki Cross. They all need guidance, something that has been lost without Bo Dallas at the helm. Whenever he is able to return to WWE, Uncle Howdy would instantly become a part of this storyline. While the natural response to Alexa Bliss usurping him will be to challenge her authority, Bo Dallas may instead embrace the new leader of the Wyatt Sicks. It's a potential win-win. Howdy gives Bliss the power and glory to lead the way, while she gives the Wyatts a renewed sense of direction. After all, the former Raw Women's Champion is one of the greatest female talkers in WWE history. This could lead to an even scarier faction, as the Wyatts turn into a family again.